y'all doing? Sorry I'm a little bit late tonight. I'm in my kitchen right now. There you all are. Hi. Man, it was a wild week last week. 7 shows in 5 days. I got in late Sunday night. Still had some of Allie's family members staying with us. There was about 10 people in the house or something like that for the week that I was gone. And got to hang with some family a little bit on Monday. Willa had camp today. Allie took Willa to camp. I stayed home with little Piper. Smooched all over her all day. That was pretty glorious. And Allie had to take off to head down to Boston for a routine doctor's appointment. Seems a little intense to go 3 hours away for that, but we haven't quite given up the ghost of being Bostonians yet. We still have some of our doctors back there, and I don't know, we're figuring it all out. Anyways, Allie took Piper with her, which meant Willa and Daddy had a night alone, which was really cool. It was, Willa was sad at first, and then we had ourselves a pizza party. And we sang some songs, and we read lots of books. And it was good. Rain started coming down pretty intense just around bedtime, which is really, really not ideal when you have a 2.5-year-old who is trying to be comfortable going to bed without her mama in the house, right? She was a little scared with the thunder, and of course, and by the way, I'm apologizing, our internet is like down right now, so this is like the same kind of connection speed that we had all those weeks, all those months in the desert way back during the pandemic. I hope that I'm coming through to you. I'm not really able to see your comments right now. It's all loading slow, but I know you're out there, so I hope I am transmitting to you. Well, it just said I had a slow connection. Anyways, I'm here in the kitchen tonight because my studio is filled with stuff from our house that we needed to store to make room for family members, and that's okay. Willa's right upstairs, so I can hear her if she starts to cry, which is all right by me. And Allie ain't around, so I ain't in her way. Rain's coming down in the back. It's still nice to be here with you, and it's nice to be home. I'm gonna play this one for Willa, though. The rain comes down, it'll come for days. All around tries to wash away this old town to become an ocean. But it won't today, and it will not be the rain. Will not be the rain. Will not be the rain this time. You are gone, you are far away. I am here beneath the rain. Trying to reconnect. It's being recorded. And it will not be the rain. Will not be the rain. Will not be rain this time. And I will be riding on the rain this time. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. This time. Well, I do not know how your experience is out there, but I will tell you what I am experiencing. I am seeing your comments. I am incredibly impressed that there is many of you on with me right now, considering the bad connection. And then I will get a little thing, it's happening right now, that says slow connection. And then it will say reconnecting. So I don't know if you are getting the parts of the gathering that I am recording after the fact when it says reconnecting, or if it's lost. You may or may not be there still. And if the little numbers on the top left of my screen are accurate, I can't believe all of y'all are hanging in there. I have decided, yes, I'm going to play some more music, but first, I'm going to drink whiskey. We have some awesome fans whose family... Hey, y'all. Yeah, it's not going well. Things are not going well in tonight's gathering, except that I get to just see you and say hi. It's certainly not going smoothly. I was saying that I am drinking this awesome bottle of whiskey. I get a bottle of these every once in a while from a family that is from this part of Ireland, West Cork, and they bring me, it's like, right, I mean, maybe. I just moved 5 feet to the right. Maybe this is a little better? I don't know. It's prettier. That's for sure. Yes, I'm drinking whiskey from West Cork, Ireland. I get a bottle delivered to me every once in a while by some awesome fans. And we had a neighbor. I gotta bring over all my stuff now. We had a neighbor, actually, who's from Chattanooga, Tennessee, who lives in a house right on the other side of the water over there. And we lent her a baby carrier, a baby backpack. And she brought it back today, along with a growler. Monhegan Brewing. Now, Monhegan Island is an island right off of my peninsula. The peninsula I am on currently, the one that where we live as a family these days, is called St. George on the coast of Maine. So I am drinking, in between sips of whiskey, some Monhegan beer, Monhegan Brewing beer, and you're not going to be able to read this, which is too bad, but you can read the top at least. And it says Adam Ezra, but this is actually somebody hand did. You can kind of see it, right? But this is they etched the Get Folked 2024 label onto a cup for me at their house concert. Isn't that cool? So, it is really amazing. I was at a show the other day, and there was a guy who was like, "You're still using the pegs." And sure enough, the bottom of my guitar, see these things? Those little pegs right there. Those can be little pieces of plastic or wood, and they they hold the wires into place. And there was a fan that showed up, and he's like, "You know what? I use rosewood pegs on my guitar, and it makes the guitar, and they say it's better." And he said, "I've got a pack for you." And so I was at a show the other day, and he came up afterwards. He said, "I see you're still using the pegs." I said, "Hell's yeah." My life is filled with... I just had a chocolate chip cookie that somebody left on the stage in Exeter, New Hampshire at the Word Barn. It was like a cookie pie. But it is amazing when I think about it, right? How much in little ways my life is filled up with you all. You think that if you say something or you do something, it gets lost in the whirlwind of being on tour. And to a certain extent, maybe in some ways, some of that stuff does a little bit. I'm very lucky in that I have so many people in my life that I get to connect with personally, right? But the messages you send and the letters that I get and the emails and the stories that you tell me after the shows when you wait in line to come and say hi, they all sink in, and I carry them with me. And it's one of the things I feel the most lucky about. Can you see that fucking stone wall back there, by the way? How's it look on screen? You can't tell whether or not that little gray line behind the grass, if you're seeing more of the rock ledge or the stone wall. I guess it doesn't really fucking matter. There are some stones in there. Yep, that's right. Choose me, but don't forsake me. don't break me. The leaves, they blow like ashes, and our lives, they burn like flashes. And I may never flow and rinse the fire, and I won't glow like a burnt Montana sky, but we try. Just realized I've got to close the door because I'm afraid of waking Willa up. Hold on 1 second. Okay. It's an old house, so a lot of the doors are like 200 years old and don't quite fit anymore. Stub my toe on a sandy beach. Yeah, I see things out of reach. Sometimes I crawl and cram. Hey, always will be where I am. Yeah. I move slow through the cherry rhubarb pie. Glow like a burnt Montana sky, but I would try. I'm gonna build it up on this sacred ground. Here I go, ah, here I go. I'm gonna try to build it up on this sacred ground. Here I go, it's all I know. Sometimes when I turn the station, yeah, it leads to my elation. Sometimes when I stay put, yeah, things turn out just as good. And I may never grow to catch your eye, and I won't glow like a burnt Montana sky, but I will try. I'll be trying. I will try, yeah, I will, yeah, yes, cheers. Man, I swear, I only moved from one side of the kitchen table to the other. I should have started here. It looks very beautiful and green and blue out there. I don't know if that is like Facebook color correction or what. It's a lot more gray here, but like the gray is beautiful. The water is beautiful and the trees, and it's been good. Every morning I have been going out. I've been going out and with Piper when I'm with Piper and doing a little birding. I, for some reason or another, the this is gonna sound really dorky and stupid, and it's really not gonna matter to anyone. And even birders, this is not really gonna matter to you much, I'm sure, because it's not really a rare bird. But suddenly my yard and the area is filled with chipping sparrows, which is cool to me, because my first couple of years, sparrows are pretty. I mean, there's like 8 gajillion different kinds of sparrows. The ones that we get a lot of in New England are song sparrows, which really do sing a beautiful song, and house sparrows. And chipping sparrows are a little more rare, and it took me a while to find my first one. I saw one with my dad, of course, and so the chipping sparrows have come to town. Not exciting to any other human being except myself. And Piper, she was pretty fucking psyched. I'm guessing. I'm intuiting. Mm-hmm. Well, this is one of the songs that we recorded out in Austin. It's called Letter. And man, it is like slower and swampier than the way me and my bandies play it. We were playing with some nasty, like, soulful session guys on keys and electric guitar, and right, suddenly our band of 4 was a band of 6, and right, like, me and my bandies these days, we're like, we're not traditional in so many ways. We don't do traditional things, and we don't have traditional sounds, right? But we know how to fucking play music together these days. It's awesome. It was awesome to see. It was awesome to get to play with them in the studio, like live in this awesome studio, and then to bring in some badass session players and to have them vibing on the band, and then to have the band like hearing all these like awesome things that they're playing. There's a video. Okay, I'm gonna share a video with you. Robin, you have to remind me to do this. It's like an 8-minute video. So it's a long video, and it's not gonna be for the meek and the mild, but I have now watched it 3 or 4 times. It's really cool. So we're listening to this song that I'm about to play, Letter. And we had just, and the way we were recording in Austin is we were playing it live, which means, right, the musicians that can all go into one room. This is all about, right, when you're recording live, it's all about, right, trying to capture a moment as good musicians are playing together. It's what the badass musician session people do in Nashville all the time. It's how it goes. It has not traditionally been the way that music is recorded in the pop world, and often in the rock world. I mean, this is gonna be. We didn't even play. I mean, at the very least, when you're in Nashville, everybody's playing to a metronome. For most of the stuff that we did not even do that. We were just playing by feel altogether, and it was just awesome. So there's this 8-minute video where we're in the control room after we had done a bunch of takes, and we were listening to the solo section of this song. Now, in the solo section, Karina takes a solo, and then the keyboardist takes a solo, and then the guitarist takes a solo. And then on the 4th time through the progression, we all play this riff, like versions of it. We're all like riffing off the riff of. And it was just so we're listening now. I find this video super fascinating. Allie listened to this video, and her response was, it's a little meta. Meaning that it's just like, all right, well, it's a little bit like you guys are deep into it. Like, I don't know, can a normal person that's not like super into the music or the recording session be into it? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But I don't fucking care. I know some of you might be, so I'm gonna do it. So we're listening to these different versions of the solo because we played through the song a handful of times. And so you get to see some of these improvisational takes that we're all playing, and the camera is not on us playing. The playing has already happened. The camera is on us listening to what we've played and then talking about it, you know, and thinking about it. It's, to me, pretty cool and fascinating. So anyways, that'll be on our to-do list, Robin. Let's get that video up for the fine gatherers. It's 8 minutes. Maybe no one will watch the whole thing, but I think it's super fascinating. Anyways, letter. We are trying, P.S. I mean, we're not going to get mixes back for a while. And it's just going to be a slow process, right? And we recorded 3 songs. We're trying to figure out if we can make a full album work. Going back out there. It would be pretty fun and exciting if we could pull that off. So we'll see what happens. All right. Can you get an amen for the sunrise? A cold beer at the end of the day. A late night hang with a friend of mine, and all the things that don't need saying. A simple song to sing along, my belongings on my back. Feeling alright when I turn out the light. Can I get an amen for that? You're the sweetest thing that I ever did see, like a pretty star on a movie screen, like brand new chrome in the sunshine gleaming. You are perfect like baking flour with the sun coming up over my campfire. If you'd told me so, I'd have called you a lie. Guess I should have known better. I need another amen to finish this letter. Can I get an amen for my family? Yeah. For the moon and the stars above. For the rock and roll station on the radio, playing all the old songs I love. The road I chose when no one goes, it brought me across your path. The miles we'll drive to being alive. Can I get an amen for that? You're the sweetest thing that I ever did see, prettiest star on a movie screen, like brand new chrome in the sunshine gleaming. You are perfect like baking fire with the sun coming up over my campfire. You told me so, I'd have called you a lie. And I love you like syrup running off my cakes. Gonna hold you close through the burns and the breaks. Gonna build our dreams from the love we made. You hit my heart forever. I need another amen to finish these letters. It's weird. I mean, it's weird because it's not weird. I'm gonna rephrase this. I'm gonna try and get it across. So, right? I have been into and touched by writing spirituals, for lack of a better word. Another way to call them is like gospel songs, right? Which seems strange because I'm not a religious person. But, man, I do believe we're all connected just by being alive on this fucking planet. And I feel that connection so deeply when we get to share music. And why can't that be religion? I don't know. It certainly feels like it to me. Right? Anyways, when I'm feeling that connection, when I'm writing and I'm thinking about that connection, and, right, the things that come out of me sometimes are spirituals. They're gospel songs. They're, for lack of a better word, religious tunes, right? They just don't have a religion connected to them. So, in some ways, having a song that says amen a whole bunch of times feels weird. Feels weird to me when I sing it. I mean, but it came out, and when I think about the song, and as I'm feeling the song, and I'm trying to think about how the song makes me feel and what I want the song to communicate, amen's the right word. Sometimes, I guess, it's best not to overthink it too much. But there are a lot of, right? The other song we recorded in Austin is a song called Revelate. Right? I mean, there are spiritual undertones to a lot of what I'm writing these days, and that's the music that moves me, you know? I mean, maybe it's because I feel like we all need to. Maybe it's because I'm fucking angry at most organized religions for not including everybody. And these days, I feel like we all need to be included. We all need to be included. And we all need to be considered sacred, right? Maybe that's why it's happening. I don't know. Sometimes it's best not to overthink it, like I said. But the interesting thing is, another interesting thing is that song, as I was writing it, right? It's kind of like living in two different worlds. A little bit. It's the way that riff goes, the way the song's structured. It feels pretty country too, right? Which is interesting because that's another place where I'm finding myself crossing boundaries often these days. And this is a deep conversation, so I'm just gonna grab the bottle of whiskey. I'll be right back. So that song Letter that I just sang, right? Like, yeah. It could be right? A country artist could sing that song. I certainly started writing it in between. So when I go down to Nashville and I'm writing with a bunch of the kind of country writers down there, I often come up with a lot of different ideas sitting around. Like, I like to prep for each songwriting session, right? So I'll like come prepared with a bunch of different ideas. And oftentimes the ones that don't get picked up, like, I'll share ideas at songwriting sessions, and oftentimes they're like, not feeling it, we go on to the next thing. And it doesn't mean that they're bad ideas, it just means sometimes those ideas end up being things, for me, at least. And Letter was one of those. Letter was started down in Nashville and written during COVID, thinking about Allie and hanging out, thinking about all the things I feel lucky about, But the recording, which is cool, which I'm psyched about, right? Like, we were recording in Austin, Texas with some guys that are like, they get the Southern thing and they get the country music thing, but they also get the gospel thing. And they definitely pushed the gospel direction of that song. And that makes me super psyched, because as I think about it, right, that's kind of where it needs to be. Not like gospel like it needs to be sung in a church, but it's a spiritual. Like, Aaron wrote a spiritual. It says amen a bunch of times. It's fucking weird. Okay. All right. I've just been doing a lot of talking tonight. I'm sorry if y'all were expecting more music. It's been it's funny, it's like crazy 5 days on the road with 7 shows, and then back here, and just and like crazy, like guests in the house, and like 10 people had just been staying here for a week, right? And Allie's underwater, like just trying to keep her head above water. And then everybody leaves. We got a day. Will is at camp. We're both semi-navigating work calls and obligations and the kids. And then Allie takes off. It's like, I don't know. This is, in some ways, y'all are the first people that I've had a chance to sit down and chat with and just process some stuff. Speaking of processing things, I'm home tomorrow, Wednesday. Allie gets home tomorrow night. We have Thursday here as a family, and then either Thursday late night or Friday morning I'm gonna drive to Boston because I got a date at Fenway Park to sing the national anthem. We've talked about this for you regular gatherers, and maybe some of y'all are joining and that haven't been kind of at any of the recent shows. So yeah, I played 7 shows last week. I played the national, I sang the national anthem, I practiced the national anthem 6 or 7 times. And you all who are in the audience is like, thank you. You gave me like, I wouldn't say confidence. You gave me a ton of validation and reassurance that I'm gonna be okay out there in front of 30-something thousand people. I am really mostly excited and honored to just be a participant in the history of Fenway Park. That's a cool thing. And look, I mean, I was watching a game the other day. I mean, they have, what do they have? 80 something home games a year, right? Like, they have all sorts of people singing the national anthem. It ain't the biggest deal, right? The other day I was watching game, tuned in early, and saw, like, 4 gals in a choir from a high school doing their best to stay in key. And so this is not like, it ain't like I'm headlining Fenway Park playing a concert, right? To 30,000 people. I'm just singing the national anthem. But that said, I mean, my Zadie, my grandfather, was one of 11 kids. One of 2 of those kids born in the U.S. All figured out a way to get to the U.S. from Russia back in the day. And they all grew up in the garment district in Dorchester. And nobody had 2 nickels to rub together. They worked their asses off. Right. My grandfather became a social worker. He was drafted into World War II, became a social worker, and his mission was that everybody can work. He worked with a lot of disabled adults and people that were challenged, and he said, everybody can work. We can find a job for anybody. It's good for them. It's good for the greater community. My father was the first one in the family to go to college, right? And through it all, and through all of that, right, there was Fenway Park, sitting there in Boston. I grew up going to games. There were families that went to a lot of games, and there were fans that were super fans. That was not my family. But you bet your ass I knew every player on the '84 Red Sox team. When they came so very close. Anyways, I just feel overwhelmed and honored to be at that ballpark. I wish my father and my grandfather and my fucking great-grandfather were alive to get to watch it. All right, I'm gonna practice one last time. This is gonna be my last public practice, and then I'll see you on the ball field, I guess, huh? I don't know how many of y'all are gonna be there in person. I know some of you will for sure. I know I've been hearing from a bunch of y'all that are gonna be watching from the TV, wherever you are in the country. I'm gonna tell you this in advance. I'm gonna be feeling you. You're who I'm gonna be thinking about when I get up there to sing. That's the thing that's gonna give me the confidence to get through this thing. So, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air. I don't want to wake up Willa, so I'm gonna hold back a little bit, okay? Okay. Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Raise up your glasses, let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain, yeah. Raise up your glasses, let us drink to the heavens above. Some say that it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to lips, we see. Here's to our heart in the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses, let us drink to this time that we have. But these moments pass lightly and won't come again. May our lives all burn bright right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses, let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink till the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to me, let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us, none we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around good company. Here's to the future, here's to the past. Let us drink one dance slow, let as drink warm as he his 90s are late. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. This weekend, we didn't talk about it, did we? This weekend, Friday night, you know where I'll be. Fenway Park, kid. Saturday, we're gonna be doing a live gathering in Greenville, New Hampshire, with my good buddy Supergirl at the VFW, raising some money for the folks at the VFW there. They have this field back there in New Hampshire, and it's beautiful. And you also just show up. It's an afternoon show. Just fucking take a drive. It's New Hampshire in the summertime. It's gonna be beautiful. Come and hang. Let's raise some money for the vets. Let's hang out. I am sure there will be an extended Adam and Supergirl set. Sunday I fly to California, play in Agora Hills. They're doing a concert series out there, and I'm super honored that they invited me out there. It is outside of Los Angeles, for those of you who are wondering. And if you got people that you know in California, let them know. It'd be nice to have some friendly faces out there for sure. I am out there for like, I don't know, 20 hours, 18 hours. Fly back on Monday, and hopefully I'll be tucking my girls in Monday night. We'll see. Things get crazy again the next weekend, but we'll talk about that later. We also have a lot to talk about. We have a lot coming up to talk about when it comes to the Ramble. We are announcing the lineup imminently. We have our golf tournament that is going to be happening at the end of July, raising money for the vets. For those of you in New England that play golf, come and join. For those of you in New England that don't play golf, come and heckle. I'll be hanging out barefoot on the 18th green all day long, drinking beers. You should come and hang. After the tournament's over, we play an Adam Ezra group show, and kind of backyard style after we all eat a good meal. It's a good day. It's a good day, and it raises an amazing amount of money for the Ramble. Ramble after party. The folks at the Range up in Mason, New Hampshire, want to officially get the tickets out. So we have that to talk about. There's a whole Mid-Atlantic run that we're going to be doing in a couple weeks. We just said yes to showing up at the Fairport Music Festival on the Friday before the Ramble. I mean, it's going to be a crazy summer right now. So, I hope you don't have too many plans, because you should be hanging with us as much as you can. That's what I think. Okay. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. Maybe I'll see you on Friday, huh?